Hello, my friend. So, do I have the camera straight? Yes, I believe it's somewhat straight. Don't let the title scare you. It's not anything overly serious. I was just hoping more people would actually click on it and hear what I'm saying, that's all. So I just wanted to address something because I had promised something and committed to something, and I'm going to be going back on that. And that is my second video a week for like the gardening content. So I've been on YouTube now for a little over 2 years. And I have gone through different seasons where I will put out more than one video a week, and then I go back to one video a week. Some of that was just because of life circumstances, things got really busy. And other times I was just seeing that that second video a week was kind of tanking my views and was not benefiting the channel. I'm sorry, my kids are downstairs playing with the bunnies. You're gonna hear that. I'm upstairs in our little landing here trying to escape and get some quiet, but you're gonna hear them. So, what was I saying? Yes, the stopping it because of the views tanking. I recently started up that second video a week with the gardening content, and I was hoping, because my subscriber base has grown, I had more consistent views over the last few months, that if I added in that second video a week with a little bit different content, that perhaps the views would be decent enough. And that's just not the case. It's not what has happened, and I wanted to explain why that's happening, because unless you're like creating content for YouTube and you understand the algorithm and how it all works, it won't make sense to you. So I want it to make sense to you. So I started this channel just like under the umbrella of homesteading, and that to me is like all things garden, some animal husbandry, preserving, and homemaking too, cooking, just living life a bit more slowly, doing things more intentionally, simple living, and finding joy and beauty in it all. That's the gist of my channel. It seems that the algorithm has picked up more of my cooking or food related content. And that's kind of what it has gone with. I've seen the most growth through those videos. I've seen the most subscribers come in through those videos. And that's fine. I love doing all of those things. But the reality of it is that's not all I do, and I want to share more than that. I love my garden. I love sharing all about that, but it seems that it's too different to have those cooking videos and then gardening videos for the algorithm. The algorithm doesn't get it. And unfortunately, whenever I put out a video about gardening, the views just tank. Like my last few videos have all just, okay, so let me explain this. On the YouTube Studio app, it's gonna show you your ranking from your last 10 uploads. So my last 10 videos, 1 through 10, you always wanna aim for number 1. Number 1 means your video is doing great, it's getting shown to more people, it's getting more engagement, people are watching longer. That's what you want. I always try to aim for like ranking 1, 2, or 3. That's the goal. If you have a video that ranks 8, 9, 10, it's not being shown to as many people, the engagement isn't as great, and like people aren't clicking on it as much. You don't want that. You don't want that because it sets your channel on this downward spiral where each video thereafter starts to struggle. Sorry, I had to tell my kids to tone it down a little bit. I couldn't hear myself think. So when you have a video that ranks 10 out of 10, the algorithm sees that, and basically your channel gets like a slap on the wrist. Like, huh, that didn't do very well. Maybe we're not going to push out her next video quite as much because the last one didn't seem to resonate with the audience. And for some reason, every single garden video I do, at least the majority of them, there's a few here and there that have done pretty well, but the majority of them always rank 10 out of 10. And I was just hoping, since my audience had grown and I was seeing consistently more views, that wouldn't happen this time. But it did. And I'm like, okay, I'll do another one and see how that one does. And that one ranked 10 out of 10. And now the last 4 videos I have done, whether it be gardening or cooking or whatever, they're all ranking 10 out of 10. And it is driving views down, it's driving revenue down, and it's just not looking good from a business standpoint. And now you're like, okay, Kelsey, you've only done it for 2 weeks now. Like, you could keep trying. I could, but I could also create irreversible damage on my channel. It is hard to pick views back up when they start going down. It takes so much work and consistent engagement from people and high click-through rates and so much. It is not easy to grow a channel or pick views back up. The algorithm is honestly a beast, and it's very frustrating. And I don't have the luxury of this just being a hobby or something I love to do, although it is both of those things for me. I love doing this. I love creating. I love sharing with you all, sharing knowledge and just, beauty and all of the things. I enjoy it very much, but the reality of our situation is I have to work. And I worked pretty hard the last 2 years getting this channel to a place of where it is profitable for our family. I went into it with the mindset of, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to see this be successful. And I had it in my mind that if for some reason it wasn't, then I could not continue it, because whatever is taking me away from my family and other responsibilities has to be beneficial to them in some way. And in this instance, it is financially. It has to bring in an income. We have to be a 2-income family. It's just the reality of our situation. So if YouTube would end up not working, then I would have to most likely say goodbye to YouTube and go and find a job outside of the home. And I don't want to do that. This is awesome. It is such a blessing to be home with my family and still make an income. And I would love to continue to see this channel grow and continue to see the income grow, and just to have that create more financial freedom for our family. So from a business standpoint, seeing videos tank is really disheartening. It's really frustrating because I put a lot of effort into these videos. And just knowing that the algorithm is hard to work with and figure out, knowing that it could potentially continue to get worse, is not a great feeling. So I hate going back on my word, and I said I'm going to put out 2 videos a week, and I want to, but I have to take a step back. I'm praying about it, asking the Lord for direction, and I think I'm just going to have to pivot. Okay, my battery just died, so I had to replace that. Another thing is that when a video hits 10 out of 10, some way advertisers can just see that. There's a lot of different things that go into that, but they see that and they're like, oh, this isn't getting as many views, maybe the engagement isn't as high, the click-through rate isn't as high, and we're not going to be paying out as much. So then the revenue is way down. If I was doing 1 video a week, and let's just say those videos were getting a consistent 20,000 views, I may make a certain amount of money from those videos. And then let's say, okay, I'm doing 2 videos a week and they each get 8 to 10,000 views. Okay, that's almost as much as my 1 video a week, so it should even out. It doesn't. When videos don't do as well to the channel's average, the ad revenue goes way down. Way down. They just don't pay as much. And each video changes. Each video has a different rate. You don't have this set rate. But consistently, I have seen when videos are ranking 8, 9, or 10, the ad revenue is way down per 1,000 views. So that's just where I'm at, and I'm just really thinking out loud. I just want you all to understand my heart and where I'm coming from. I don't like going back on my word, but I want you to see from a business standpoint what this is doing to my channel. And like I said, it's not easy to grow a channel. There are millions of channels. There's so many. There's a lot of people doing the same kind of content, and there are some really big creators that are really hard to compete with. It's really hard to build a devoted subscriber base that comes back consistently. I try to engage with you all as much as I am possible. I do read all of your comments. I don't always have time to respond to them all. I don't like just responding with a real quick thank you. I like, having to be more personal than that. I feel like you all are my friends, and I appreciate you all so much. You have blessed our family. And I do know I have a lot of very consistent viewers, and you guys have been here from the start, and I'm so grateful for you. It doesn't seem like I have enough of those yet to just consistently bring in the views no matter the content. And I'll find the numbers here. My last video with the 1 skillet meals, the views are down 37%. I know that video can do better than that. And that's not like just tooting my own horn, like, hey, I've got great content, like people should be watching this. No, it's like I've seen what my content can do in the past. I know what it can do on a regular basis. So to see that the views are 37% lower, and they're not being shown to new viewers at all. It's only being shown to my subscriber base, and most of my views are coming from notifications. So if you don't have notifications on, you're not even seeing that video because the video is doing poorly because of my last video. Like, it's just like this never-ending circle of negativity. I don't like it. And then, okay, my last gardening video, what I'm growing in the garden, the views are down 47%. And the last few, I've done 3 gardening videos. Every single one, all I'm doing is losing subscribers. And subscribers aren't like necessarily the thing I'm after, although that's good, and I want consistent views from those subscribers. I don't want them to just click a button and never watch a video again. I want them to stay engaged with my channel. But when the algorithm sees, hey, she's losing subscribers from these videos, well, she's not doing too good. She's not resonating with her audience. Let's not put out her videos. That's what's happening here. I think the one before that is down 53%. So that's just really disheartening as a creator when you put so much effort into things and then you just see it just not come across the way that you were hoping. So I know that was a lot of just rambling on and hopefully you understand a little bit better just how some things are working. And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I could go into a ton of things in the algorithm that just don't make sense to me. And I know a lot of other people struggle with this too. And like, okay, I know a lot of you watched Jess from Roots and Refuge. She had the same thing happen, and she ended up having to create a second channel. That's not something that I can just handle right now, trying to monetize a second channel and stay consistent on there too. I just can't do that right now. I have no help with this. I do all my own editing and filming and researching, and I've got my kids, I've got my home life, I've got all my other responsibilities. This channel isn't as profitable as I would need it to be in order to hire that out, nor do I know if I'd even want to hire out someone to edit because I'm way too particular. But anyways, Jess, she did like mainly garden content, and then she wanted to show how to use that stuff in the kitchen, and anytime she'd post a cooking type video, her views would tank. And she encountered the same thing. Like, I listened to her on a podcast about talking about that. The same thing with her. She created the second channel and she has like different content on each one. I just think it's really irritating that the algorithm doesn't see that connection. It's just not niched down enough. But so anyways, all this to say, I'm going to be pivoting yet again, just trying to figure it all out and make it work. I want to include all of this content, but I'm gonna have to do it in a different way. I'm gonna try and do more of a slow launch into the garden. I'm gonna go back to that 1 video a week on my normal Friday that the algorithm knows me for. And I'm just gonna do like a broader range of topics within a video that perhaps would appeal to a wider audience, not so niched down, like just have it be more like a day in a life on the homestead, or like homemaking, as like a busy stay-at-home mom, you know, like just all those things, that including my cooking in there, doing the recipes, coming up with things for you guys, doing the homemaking and the decorating and the garden content, and like we're getting meat birds soon, and just, you know, having you all come along for just the things we're doing all of the time. And like I'll still have all my cooking videos and things. I'm just gonna try and soft launch the garden into those videos in like smaller bits, like just little sections of the video devoted to the garden, in hopes that the algorithm can see like all of the little things that I do. And then by the time garden season really ramps up, like I want to bring you all along for garden tours, but I need it to work out for the channel. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense from a business standpoint to do that. And I wish that wasn't the case. I don't want it to be that way, but I have to do what's best for my family. And I really, really would prefer not to go out of the home to work. And I know there's other things you can do in the home, but I've tried a lot of them and I really did not enjoy them. This is the only thing I've really enjoyed. So thank you for listening to me rambling on. Just here to say, I'm going to be pivoting, going back to Friday videos, incorporating a bit more topics into those videos and seeing how that works out. Okay, my friend, thank you for just being here and listening to me ramble on. Lots of good content coming. I hope you stick around for it. Thank you for being here and for encouraging me and blessing our family and helping this channel grow. I appreciate you all. You have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Take care.